Welcome back. This is Mr. Routhier. Okay, we're going on to lesson 4 in this little Photoshop thing. So let's fire up the old Photoshop. And, okay. Let's find our picture. One really nice way to find a picture is to use the Open Recent option. I can come over here and I can find my downhill skier project. Oh, isn't that nice? And we've got our 3 layers. We've got our background layer. These eyeballs are great for turning things off. You can see this is the picture we started out with. Then we added the snowflake, and then we added some snow. So there we are. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a few more snowflakes, some big ones, and they will be in the form of vector shapes. Okay, so that's to find our vector shapes. You're going to come down. Now normally there's a rectangle here. When you hold the mouse button down you can see the rectangle tool, but the last time we used this we changed it to the custom shape tool. So it is all ready to go. And then I am going to come up to my options bar. Still getting used to that. Used to be properties. And I will click on my shapes. And I've got all my lovely shapes. And if you remember last time we did this, we appended the nature shapes. So we've used Snowflake 1 already. And here's 2. Let's use 3. Okay, so we're going to click on Snowflake 3. Looking good there. Now we want to tell the computer how big we want this to be. We want it to be a square 60 pixels by 60 pixels. So we're going to click on our picture, and when we do that, notice that the Create Custom Shape dialog box comes up. Okay, we could have, normally we just draw it on there. You know, we hold the mouse button down and choose how big it is, but if you just click once, you get this cool screen, and you can put in your 60 by 60. Cool, hit OK, and it appears. Oh, isn't that marvelous? Okay, now we're going to decide the fill and the stroke. For those of you that were not with me at the beginning of the year when we just discussed fill and stroke, the fill is the interior of the shape, and the stroke is the outline, the exterior of it, the little line. So up here in our options bar, we can see we can fill our this the way we want. Now mine is, I've already been playing with this. What I want you to do is put the fill with a no color. If you notice, we've got no color. You've got color, you've got gradient, you've got patterns. We're going to use the no color. Okay, so that means that there's not going to be anything inside the shape. And then we're going to come over to the stroke, and we are going to choose the 50% gray. If you move the mouse down here, you'll see the thing pops up here. Look, 10, 15, 20, blah, 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 all the way to 50% gray. You just click on that, and that's going to look nice. Now, let's change the size of our stroke. It's set to 3 points, which is pretty tiny, but you can make it a little bit smaller. You can go down to 1 or 2. Let's change it to 2. I'll just highlight that. And I'll put a 2 in there, hit enter, and that's going to change that to 2. Now, one other thing we can do, you'll notice that the marching ants are present. The path selection is present on this snowflake. If I kind of zoom in, if I hold does control wheel work? No, it doesn't. If I do the magnifying glass and I zoom in on this, you can see we have our marching ants. Okay, they're surrounding the thing. Actually, they're not marching ants, are they? They're not moving at all. The marching ants are moving. This is the path of the snowflake, and it has been selected and highlighted. We're going to turn that off an easy way. And remember, one of the reasons we're kind of doing this in a laborious manner, I'm showing you this, I'm showing you that. I mean, there's much faster ways to do this, but the idea is, I want to see if you guys get certified. So I need to kind of show you all these different tools. So pay attention when we use these tools that kind of seem useless. Like we're going to go in and we're going to turn off the path on this. We're going to click on View, and we're going to click on the Show, and then we will click on this target path and uncheck it. And now you can see it is not selected anymore. Cool. All right, now let's go back out. Let's unzoom. We have our zoom turned on, and if we come back up here to our minus sign, zoom out, click on that, and back out we go. Oh, and that's marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some more at this stroke. Okay. And let's go back to our shape tool, our little custom shape tool. And we're going to come up, and next to we've got our fill, we've got our stroke, we've got the size. Next to this is a line. And if you hover the mouse there, it's going to say Set Shape Stroke Type. So if I click on this, you can have these various types of strokes. You can have a dotted line and dots themselves, etc. Now, what we're going to do, and again, we're kind of playing with this just almost for the sake of playing with it to make it look a little bit better. But let's go to the Align and click on that. And now, actually, I got a better way of doing these. Click on More Options. Cool. And you can see we're going to get actual explanations of what these things instead of little icons. So underneath the line, we'll click on that, and we will center that. Under caps, we're going to choose round. Corners, I guess we can leave corners the way it is. Let's create dashed line, and then we're going to load a 2 into the first 4 of these. Okay, and now we've created, this is called a custom stroke. We've created a stroke that we can choose to use whenever in the future. So let's save this custom stroke, and we'll say OK. And now, if we ever want to, when we go to this stroke option, look down here. Remember there were only 3 strokes. Now there's this 4th stroke that we have created. Oh, isn't that great? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so we are looking good right now. We've got our one thing. We're going to, in our next lesson, we will make copies of this and clone it and stuff. So let's stop here. Let's save our file and take a short break. And maybe I'll get some food. I know you're at school and you can't. Ha ha ha. Sorry. All right. Bye.